girl Tynisha Renee. As always, we keep it real, raw, and transparent. If you like what you see today, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Show love to your fellow Black content creators.
I ain't gonna lie, still your little intro.
Yeah, me too. If you taking a woman out on the first date, and if y'all accepting the first date, what are y'all expectations? Are y'all looking for vibe, conversation, or shit?
You talking about eating something or something?
Conversation or like just like food if y'all going somewhere. Like what's like priority for y'all? If y'all going to
all of the above.
I know, but if y'all had to rank 1 to 3, what would you
honestly vibe? Because it's hard to find someone with a really good vibe, you know?
Unpopular opinion for me, I think food dates are basic.
So
I think that like go to the park and listen to what my interests are and then make a date that's created based off of that. So obviously I'm gonna go off of the vibe, but I want to know that you pay attention to me.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie to you. First date, if I like you, I'm picking the most expensive restaurant on that.
Bam! Yeah! But when you go on a first date, what is your ultimate goal?
To get to know the person.
To get to know,
you're collecting your data, as they say.
Can you collect data at Applebee's on the first date?
Okay, so hold on, pause. There is very much so inaccurate data here in Atlanta, Georgia, so there's no luck at all.
Okay,
come here, girl.
I mean, it's kind of rough out here, but
Tanisha,
yeah,
you gotta keep it real.
It's
Y'all have the expectation when it comes to first date.
Exactly.
Like, what's the standard?
I'm really trying to pick that person's brain to get an idea of what they're trying to do long term, what their expectations are, if we're compatible. So I'm asking a lot of inquisitive questions to figure that out.
That's the cap right there. So the question still stands. Before you get to that point, first impression. Do you have a standard of what the first date looks like?
No, I don't. I don't go in with that. I don't go in with that.
I'm not saying you. I'm so it's like, you know what? If you go to TGI Fridays, I'm already turned that down already.
Oh no, actually no. I'm not going to
first impression standard of what the first date.
If I said a food date is basic, if you're taking me to TGI Fridays, I feel like that's basic level basic.
But we just met though, so what kind of standard you expect from me?
We could go to a park, we go to a coffee shop, something else that's a different type of vibe. But TGI Fridays to me is like a sports.
Wait, hold on, pause, hold on. Does that fit y'all budget? A coffee shop?
Hold on, first of all, what are you ultimately trying to get from the first date?
A vibe.
I'm trying to figure out this is the person that I want to continue and move forward with.
Okay, so if you go to a coffee date versus somewhere like Applebee's, now granted I ain't gonna say nobody to Applebee's on the first date, but if someone was like, yo, we link up at Applebee's, chat for a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Who said that? It sounds so weird.
Would you be able to, you know, get to know who they are?
Yeah, I still would be able to, but I just don't feel like a first date should be convoluted to Applebee's.
So is it effort or is it?
It's effort. A lot of it is effort. We're creating a vibe, but I want to make sure that you're thoughtful.
G, hold on, G. This is the.
Don't do that.
What's the difference between coffee shop, Starbucks, and Applebee's? Applebee's costs more and it's a little more effort for you to pick out the location.
No.
Starbucks is around the corner.
Starbucks is different from a different coffee shop. So if you're talking about chain places, I think chain places
are you talking about what you're
package.
used to, or are you talking about what's effort?
I don't think that effort is going to a chain restaurant on the first date. You are listening to what I say I like. So if I tell you, I really like to read, for example, we might go to take me to a fucking Barnes and Nobles. Listen to what I'm telling you that I like, and you're taking me somewhere based off of that.
We haven't gotten there yet. I'm still trying to get to know you.
But that's what I look for. You can't like that. Maybe other people are okay with that.
Pause. For a man, right?
Okay.
Let's say I'm trying to get to know you, right? We've been conversing a little bit for maybe a week. Let's say, okay, I want to get to know you a little bit. Let's say I'm a man to say, hey, if I want to get to know her, I just want to grab some drinks. I'm like, oh, Applebee's is down the street. We can grab some drinks, get to know each other, and then move forward from there. Are you judging him for taking you to Applebee's, or are you judging him from the conversation y'all had at Applebee's?
I'm not gonna lie, I honestly would judge if you took me to Applebee's, but then like once I got there, like I'd be like, damn, you really are cool. Why did I judge you for Applebee's?
That's what
I'm not gonna lie, I would be like that. I don't okay, honestly, like I'm thinking to myself, like what is it?
What actually happened?
I just like nice things. What is Drake saying in the back? I just really like
we haven't gotten there yet.
But just because you take her to Applebee's don't mean it's gonna be for there forever.
No, it's not gonna be like that forever, but it's just like
it could just be like, oh, we just linking.
Okay, listen, so for me, for a first date, I like ambiance. I like us interacting.
You like a vibe.
I like a vibe. Like, Applebee's doesn't sound like a vibe to me. I know we can make it our own vibe, but it's it's just, I think about gnats flying in the air when I think of Applebee's.
But I do understand that Applebee's is not like that, right? Like, bills at Applebee's be like $60, $90, right?
I'm not thinking about the bill. I can literally go to Applebee's
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
So this is so let's say y'all are in a regular relationship.
Okay.
The young man was like, you know something, let's just go to Applebee's, grab something real quick.
That's different.
It's different. That is different.
But if you going on a date, you rather
That's first impression. Your first impression is that you're in that Applebee's.
No. Hold on. See, y'all are sneaky.
That's aggressive language.
Y'all are very good with words. First impression was when me and you first met. If a guy meets you and he approaches you to get your number, he already had an impression of you.
He did.
Which is what caused him to get your number.
How you got the number?
That's why he got the number.
Okay.
So first impression, we passed that. Now, I'm trying to get to know you. Applebee's, Starbucks, whatever you want to call it, I'm trying to get to know you. This is not me whining and dining and trying to expect something on the opposite end. I'm just trying to get to know you. Whatever you order,
conversation.
It's conversational purposes. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we go to a park, same thing, conversational purposes. You right? So my thing is that, like, I think there's so much of a stereotype on just the location that y'all forget. Like, I don't say y'all.
The meaning of what y'all meeting.
Wait, pause. Hold on a second. I don't mean to cut you off. But we will roll the tapes back. But didn't you say, if I really like a girl, I'm gonna go all out and I'm gonna bring her to
If I like you, I'm picking the most expensive restaurant on that. Bam! Because and I'm gonna stand on that because I'm trying to win her.
So then
over.
why? Listen.
I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying that's right. So it's not right for us to have a standard of not being taken to fucking Applebee's, but you want to have a standard to be able to take your girl or somebody that you really like to a nice fancy place. Get out of here.
Both of us agree we ain't gonna take a first date to Applebee's.
Right. Let's say Applebee's out of here.
But let's say a guy that is, you know, someone that y'all are interested in. Y'all see attractive, y'all see could be potential. And he's like, you know something, let's just meet up at Applebee's real quick, have a conversation. Would y'all say no? Or would y'all say, you know something, we'll go there, see what's up?
I would go to have a conversation.
But I've gone to an Applebee's date before and it was a waste of time.
But why
it was a waste of time because you could tell the person didn't care to put an effort into maintaining the conversation. So I personally feel, like I said, I'm going to stand on what I said. If I'm telling you what I like and listening to what you said, I think a man is going to make a first date. That first date is going to represent the value that he sees in that woman. I think you're either going to be thoughtful. If you don't got money, you're going to be thoughtful. If you got money, you're going to lean on your money. It's going to be one or the other. I'm a woman who wants someone who's thoughtful. The problem with this whole conversation is, like, women are telling you what they like and you're trying to convince women to think otherwise. If I'm telling you that I prefer something that's thoughtful, I'm not the woman for you if you're not thoughtful.
Well, you can have your wants and needs.
Okay.
But what I can afford and what I can generate is based on what.
But again, that's your assumption that we want to spend something.
I never said that.
You just did.
Me personally, what I can provide for you at that time slot, it's not based on what your wants and needs are.
And it's not based on your value.
It's based on what I can make happen for that time slot.
You can't be thoughtful for free.
When's the last time you went on a free date?
I've been on a museum date before.
When was it free?
Yes.
And how did that go?
It was great.
Was it a
y'all still together?
Because Time Museum.
Are we still together?
Yeah, y'all together.
She know.
I'm not together with
Are
you.
y'all together? So,
but I've also paused. I've been on dates with people where the tab was $200-300.
And y'all not together.
So what point are you making?
Pause. No, because I've been on dates where I'm like, we can just go to the park. We can go to the museum. I'm being thoughtful in that action. I'm not trying to get fucking free steak or shrimp from you.
So is it the effort for the first date or is it the conversation?
Effort and conversation.
it looks like both, but not equate to anything. Based on your
No, that's not saying that. It just means I wasn't compatible with that person. We're not going to say that it wasn't the effort or
so the guy who
conversation.
spent $300 for a dinner,
we weren't compatible.
Wasn't compatible, and he lost $300. The guy who went for free still wasn't compatible.
20.
Like yo, so
2 for 20. Like,
but what are you? Can I pause
you might not.
What's the point you're making right now?
The point that I'm making is that, like,
quality.
The quality between me and you is what that matters. Everything else, if we go to Applebee's and we vibe out, that's all that matters. But the problem is that women already are automatically striking us out because it's Applebee's.
When you're dating someone, and I think it's a very valuable lesson, you have to keep in mind what their love language is. So if I'm a person who I like thoughtful gestures, you can't tell me that I have to accept what you're saying. No, if you're interested in me and I like things that are thoughtful, if you're interested in pursuing me, you should be thoughtful. I don't think that an Applebee's date is thoughtful. I think that picnics are thoughtful. I like hiking. I think that's thoughtful. I like things like that. If you can't meet those standards, then you don't meet my love language.
So with the picnics,
I believe that.
with the picnics,
Not the picnic.
yes, So what's the difference between a picnic thoughtful and an Applebee's thoughtful?
Applebee's is a chain restaurant. It's not thoughtful.
But
so it's SDK, so it's Sugar Factory, so it's every other restaurant I want to go to.
What am I leaving the conversation with saying? I think food dates are basic. I'm letting the conversation by saying that.
Damn.
I do understand. I do understand that food dates is basic. I do think that it should be more creativity. When it comes to like meeting somebody from the opposite sex or somebody that you're interested in.
But we're speaking for the men that can't afford it.
We're speaking on the general population.
Okay.
The values should be priority over where we're going. Because if you value the conversation, the vibe, and everything, where we're going to have those things should not matter. Oh my God, I gotta have like Sugar Factory. I gotta have like Maggiano's, whatever. That don't matter. If you're looking for a free dinner, you say that. He meets you at a park, or he meets you at an event, he gets to talk to you. That is like that's valuable over than what we call the sundial, because the roof spins and gets to the whole city view while I'm eating dinner with them. Mm-hmm. Or I get to go to STK's and have the expensive steak on there. Like it's the purpose of it is to get to know the person, not where you're at.
I'm on the side where, you know, both of us agree we wouldn't probably take a woman on a first date to Applebee's, but it's men that would. But I think I agree with him. You know, the purpose of the first date is to get to know each other. Where it's at, it depends on like how you're getting to know each other. I just think that if you're trying to genuinely get to know each other, where you go to do that, it shouldn't matter whether how much is paid, whether it's a park, whether it's a coffee shop. It should just matter about what that conversation is like for you to get to know each other on the first date. Now after the first date, yeah, you need to determine like, is this gonna be consistent? Is this dude gonna continually take us to Applebee's, Chili's or whatever, or he's gonna upgrade to something else? But a lot of men, we're thinking about, okay, let me get to know this woman to see if I wanna take it there. Some men be like, you know, I'm trying to show her what it's gonna be like for the future. It's a different type of men. But I think at the end of the day, it's like, how do I connect with this woman? If it's going to be at the park, if it's going to be at Applebee's, if it's going to be at STK, how do I connect? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's not really a how do I place value on this woman. It's more so about how do I place like where we could just, you know, have a conversation at. And then from there, I can choose like, okay, yeah, we went to Applebee's, but okay, we had this great conversation. Next day going to be at STK. Next day gonna be at, you know, whatever, because it was such a vibe.
So a lot of things were said today. I'll be honest, I've learned some things. I'm not gonna lie. Oh. However, boy, my nerd. Okay, so however, what I have to say is, I believe that the first impression is always a big impression.
It is.
Even when it comes to when you're first meeting someone,
yes.
Your first impression is big. Yes. So let's just say, for example, we meet each other in person. We're at like a restaurant and we happen to bump each other going to the bathroom. Like the first impression of seeing that person is like what attracted you to that individual. Right. Now the next impression is kind of like subtly a first impression, but kind of like not a first impression, so it's kind of like semi. So like if you're deciding to bring someone to Applebee's, I believe that that is like an impression on who you are as an individual, but there also has to be some type of context that you're putting into like why we're going to Applebee's. I'm a communicator. Like I like it whenever you overly explain like what's happening. So if like you're like, let's just go to Applebee's, I'm like, damn, we just made each other going to Applebee's. Or you're like, oh, let's go have a picnic at Applebee's. Oh, let's go to Georgia Aquarium. Let's like, there's so many things you can do, but I think it's just like the aesthetics of what exactly you're doing that brings you into the realm of, he's giving me a side eye so hard, that brings you into the realm of like, what gives you the first impression of someone. So for me to answer the second part of the question, it's the vibe. Like I'm the type of person, I like being able to go rock climbing or skydiving, or we're probably going to like a mountain, like walking or something. But I believe that, just hearing from y'all, men have this connotation in their mind that we're looking for a high value meal to go out to have a meal in our pocket, but we really genuinely want to get to know y'all.
Sometimes.
I personally do. I'm not going out for free. I make my own food at home. I don't care about making my own food at home. So no, listen, I'm serious. Like, I don't mind making my own food at home. I'm at a point in my life where I don't want to just waste my time to go outside, especially to put my makeup on. It takes forever to put makeup on.
That's cute.
I'm not gonna waste my time.
It takes for us to
I'm not done. Yeah. So with that being said, I believe that within all this context of your question, first impression is everything. And it's a vibe that I'm looking for.
I'm at a point in my life where I date very intentionally. So the first date that I'm going out with someone, the conversations that I have leading up to the first date, I'm trying to see key things that show me that if we're in a relationship, it's gonna last. For me, I like people who do thoughtful gestures. I don't think that someone who is thoughtful would listen to what I'm saying and think that an Applebee's date is okay. That's just my personal preference. I am very vocal about what my interests are. We could do something that's the same price as Applebee's. Maybe it's a sushi place. We go get Thai food, something that I really, really enjoy that shows that you listen to me. So I'm paying attention to what the effort is in the beginning. Now, would I go on the date? Sure, I would, but I'm definitely very observant. When I'm on dates, I'm observing everything. So I would make a mental note of someone who did something basic like that versus someone who put thought into the date.
So you're saying you would rather someone pay attention to what you've been saying throughout the course of y'all talking.
Yes.
And then for the first date, they make aware of what you would like and them.
just keep it real, bro.
Yes.
Okay,
for example, like I told you, I don't eat meat. So one time I was talking to a guy, the restaurant that he recommended didn't have anything that I could eat on the menu.
Right.
To me, that's like, but you didn't listen to anything that I've said. So that for me is a red flag.
That's just stupidity. That is stupidity.
So we gotta wrap this one up, y'all.
No, we're not wrapping this shit up.
This one is wrapped up.
Yeah.
We gotta go to the next one.
It's wrapped up.
Hold on.
Well, we wrapped up. Can I use the restroom?
Y'all are speaking on a lot of things that. Let me keep it real with you guys. I understand where a woman is coming from. Granted, y'all are entitled to how y'all want to feel. Mm-hmm. The reality of shit is, and this is where y'all might not agree with us. Yes, the sushi thing, and if you don't eat like steak or meat, whatever the case, you're pescatarian, he should at least pay attention to that, right? But in the grand scheme of things, the guy is testing you from day one to whatever day it is to figure out what he's gonna do with you. If the guy already approach you, he is interested in one or two things: sex or long term.
Okay.
All right. So depending on what he's interested in, is gonna determine what kind of effort he puts into it, right? I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, and this shit sounds fucked up, excuse my language. If a guy wants to get in your drawers, he's willing to, you know what I mean, spend that bread to fast track it. If a guy is questioning whether he wants to spend time with you and make it long term, he's taking it slow, trying to figure out where you are mentally. And and it sucks. I'm not gonna lie, it sucks. Cause he's gonna push you to the ring. Me personally, if I lost it all, would you still rock with me with Applebee's? If I lost it all, would you still eat McDonald's with me? If I lost it all, would you still stand by my side when I ain't got all the sweet things to pick you up for a ride? Because everybody has a standard, but nobody wants to realize that when life is full of ups and downs, when a guy loses it all, are you gonna stand by my side through it all? And for me personally, for me to test that out, I'm doing that prior to me and you dating. Before we even get to the point of boyfriend and girlfriend, those questions have already been answered based on what we've done in our interactions.
So if I'm understanding you correctly, you're saying that you would give a woman bare minimum to test and see if she was sick.
It's not bare minimum.
No, hold on, wait. This is how I'm interpreting this. Let me finish. Mm-hmm. What I just heard is that you would give a woman minimum effort to test her in a sense to see if she would stick by you if you lost the money or the resources
Before you answer this, Corey, do you agree with that?
I think I agree to some point, but I do feel like with effort, it comes with just like consistency of how much you all are talking.
We no hope in
it comes with how much you all are talking, what all the conversations looking like. It's
Stop
not
being
about
nice to them, Corey.
Huh?
What is bare minimum? Stop being nice to them. Let's define what's bare minimum. What is bare minimum?
Bare minimum is barely conversation.
What's bare minimum? Bare minimum is going to McDonald's and going to Wendy's. What is bare minimum? Bare minimum is not $60 at a date. Bare minimum. Let's define bare minimum, because I love when people throw out words of bare minimum.
That's objective.
That is true.
When exactly. So what do we define as bare minimum?
If a man makes $100,000 a year, some people would say that taking someone to Applebee's is bare minimum.
What you make a year is not. That's not bare minimum.
Hold on, wait a second.
Bare minimum is defined based on society standards.
No.
Society standards states Combined mom and pop's income is $56,000 a year. So bare minimum is, if I make $30,000 a year, what is the bare minimum? So compared to me, if I make $30,000 a year and I take you out to what's it called, Buffalo Wild Wings, B-Dubs, TGI Fridays, that is still above me taking you out to Wendy's.
But you understand, bare minimum isn't always about money, right? So this is the point I'm making. If a man is giving me bare minimum, like you're not thinking, no effort is put into the date, I feel like that's bare minimum. I'm telling you right now, if someone does not put thought into the date, oh, I'm gonna take you around the date. Okay, let me take you around the date real quick.
So if I actually agree with you. If I say that, you know, I could afford this TGI Fridays, or I could afford this Red Lobster, and you might define it as bare minimum based on where you're at in life. But for
I think that you should transform that money that you would have spent at TGI Fridays at Red Lobster to a picnic or something else that's thoughtful.
Yeah.
But
is what I'm saying.
Hold on, I'm gonna use the restroom.
Y'all
can continue that real quick.
Y'all talking about two different things. Exactly. You talk about money, she talking about thoughtful. Thoughtful is free. You talk about money.
They don't.
You can be thoughtful with no money.
And that's okay.
I agree with you, but what I'm saying is that as a guy, I'm thinking that me even just putting this shit together is me trying.
But this is what I'm saying. You can't go based on what you think. That's understanding the other person's love language. It's not about what you feel is important. You have to know the person that you're dating.
I said me trying.
Listen, but this is what I'm saying. A lot of people mess up in relationships like this because you might think that you're trying because you're doing X, Y, and Z. Your partner receives different things in a different kind of way. So you can say, I'm buying her all these things. Why isn't she accepting this? I don't like gifts, so I'm not going to accept it. You have to meet that person in the middle to understand what it is they consider trying. Yeah. That's how you have a healthy relationship. We're going to go ahead and close this video because I think we're not going to agree on the topic. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Tanisha lost. In lack of better words.
We all had our own opinions. That's what we're gonna say. And you guys would like, comment, and subscribe. And comment down in the description below on whose side you felt was the bomb. So let's keep it real and move on with it. So,
what's the next question?